Yunche Wilson is a relatively new member to Female Fusion and has a relatively new business that she has set up. But what has really impressed me is the dedication and the drive that she's had towards her business and how Yunche is constantly looking for opportunities and partnerships and collaborations with people to grow her business. Now, she's had the Decompression Realm, which is a wellness focused business, for a little over a year. And I love the story that she tells me about how she got started and how she is focusing on growing her business internationally. Welcome to the Women on the Rise podcast. I'm Jen Blandos, and I am so excited to share with you that for the next 30 days, I am introducing you to 30 of Female Fusion's members from around the world. They're going to share with you their stories of entrepreneurship, their highs, the lows, what inspired them to get into business, which I hope will inspire you along your entrepreneurial journey. Welcome to the podcast, Yunche.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited to have you here. You are one of our newer businesses in Female Fusion.
I am.
Tell everybody who's listening and watching a bit about your business and what you're doing.
Sure. So Decompression Realm is a wellness company that creates products and events on occasion to help people relax and sleep better.
We all need that.
Absolutely.
I think as entrepreneurs and most human beings, we need to get better sleep and to have a lot more relaxation in our lives.
Completely.
So how has it been? You came to the UAE a year ago, was it?
Yes, a year ago in August, just last month.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you came a year ago.
Yep.
And then you did this crazy thing and you set up a business in the UAE.
I did. It's interesting because I actually just posted about this on LinkedIn. We came here under a completely different set of circumstances. My husband was supposed to be joining a startup at the time, and we thought everything was going to go great, and we were excited about it for months and months on end. And we got here, and literally a month later, everything flopped. Everything. Paperwork, no visas, no nothing, no funding, all gone. So
that must have been so hard that you relocate your life here
completely.
And you have kids as well?
Yes, two
kids
girls
came here?
Yes. Two
wow.
girls, yep. So our whole life was in Portugal because we haven't lived in the US since 2018. And so we had been kind of country hopping, trying to find like our forever home. And Dubai came on the radar because it was just that next place of innovation. Europe is beautiful. It's a great place to relax, but not for the next level of things we wanted for our girls and I think for our business. And so once everything collapsed, we were like, crap, what do we do? So we were left with three choices: go back to Portugal, go back to the US, and that was a hard no, or make it work. And we found a way to make it work.
Interesting. So out of all of that, and I love hearing these stories from all of you that are in Female Fusion, because a lot of your businesses, I don't know the backstory. And I find it so interesting that a few of our businesses have had really tough things happen that have actually spurred them on to really hustling and creating that business as well.
Yeah.
So that led to Decompression Realm. And did your husband find another role, or did he work with you in the business?
So he worked with me in the business. His role had always been working with us as we traveled, managing kind of our investment portfolio. So whether that was crypto, whether that was, trying to manage our stock portfolio, that's what he focused on. And I was working as a management consultant. My work could go anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
So, and that was working out great. And then COVID happened, right? So Decompression Realm wasn't something I thought I would start until like the second act of my life. I figured that once I was done consulting, it would be one of those things that,
Your lifestyle business.
Yeah, my lifestyle business. It's something I could do. But it really came to a head. It's kind of been coming to a head, if I'm honest, for years now, right? Because the first iteration of wellness being a part of my life was when I was 5 months pregnant with my second daughter, and I had a mock stroke. And
Wow.
Didn't even know it. I collapsed one morning as I was getting ready for work. Husband rushes me to the hospital. Baby stops moving. And I am sitting in this hospital bed for 2 hours with no answers. They're running every test on me. And then a neurologist comes in and says, look, I don't know what it is that you're doing, but whatever it is, it needs to stop because this was a mock stroke. Your body, the next time, it will be for real. So I was put on bed rest for the rest of the pregnancy.
Wow.
And that is what started my journey to figure out, well, how does stress really impact our life? What is that, right? And then the second iteration was during COVID, my brother committed suicide. And that was really hard. It was really, really hard. And Decompression Realm began then as my personal outlet. I just started creating these videos on YouTube to help me release the anger and the sadness that I was experiencing. And at that time, it was just for me. But then I had realized that it became a trend of people needing these types of videos because they were going stir crazy at home. They needed these ambiance, these soundscape type of things. So once everything fell through, once we came here, I told my husband, I said, I think it might be time. Decompression Realm might need to start early. And that's how it happened.
Here you are.
Here I am.
And one of the things that I think is really cool. So you joined Female Fusion. You've been a member now for close to a year, haven't you?
Close to, yeah.
Close to a year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you joined Female Fusion almost when you arrived here.
Yep.
And you're one of those women who I see connecting and talking to everybody.
Yes.
Online, in person, just, a natural connector. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that I've heard, and it's interesting. I've heard this from a lot of other people. You haven't told me this, but I've heard from other businesses. They're like, oh, I'm collabing with Yunche and we're doing this. And, all sorts of different collabs that I wouldn't have even thought about, that you're doing these collabs. So I assume that you've been finding that these collabs have been quite good about getting the word out about Decompression Realm.
It actually has. One of the members, Dr. Joss,
yes,
who I absolutely love.
Yes, she's so cool. So Dr. Joss is an optometrist.
Yes, she is absolutely wonderful. She actually gave the medical approval on our device. So we are now, our 3D eye massager has optometrist and ophthalmologist approval.
Wow.
And so she shot a commercial for us, which we are getting ready to put out in the digital scape. And she just absolutely loves it. She uses it in office. And I'm so grateful to her for that. And Julie Mallon, we've collabed as well.
And Julie's been on the podcast.
Yes.
So her episode is already played. I love Julie's views on sleep. We need to listen to Julie more.
Completely agree. Yep. We're collaborating on a kids box because this summer we just launched our kids division.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So have you found, having your business in the UAE, you've had businesses in America, in Portugal, in the UAE. Have you found having your business in the UAE has helped? Have there been benefits to being here?
I gotta say, being here in the UAE has been a very unique experience. The U.S. kind of builds your backbone because you really got to go and fight for it, right? Nothing comes easy. You really got to build that network. You have to find the right people. No one is willing to give you a contact. Total opposite here. Complete opposite here. I've worked with people that, I tell them what I'm doing and they're like, oh yeah, I know the spa manager of this hotel. You should totally go in. And they're just giving the contact, or just even speaking with you, right? Like I needed help with something, and you were just so willing to help. And I keep telling my husband, I'm like, this is just not common. Like, it doesn't happen in the business world. It's really been amazing being here.
And it's funny that I get contacted by Americans, and they're like, "Hey, can we join?" They're like,
they need it. They're
like, we love what you do in Female Fusion, which is why we opened up Female Fusion internationally, because so many people around the world were contacting us and going, we love what you're doing. And some are interested in doing business in the UAE, but then we also see it as an opportunity as well for our members to connect with businesses in other markets. And that also means as well that it can give you access
Completely.
to other markets. Maybe you want to enter, maybe you want to
Yes.
find somebody who will sell your products or your services, or that you can partner with on a project. Like, how
Right.
cool is that? That you can
Absolutely.
have a global network?
Yeah, yeah. And the thing is, a global network that actually means global, not just
Right.
with the facade of it, right? It's such a unique experience, Female
Yeah.
Fusion is.
Well, I have a friend in America, and she's American, but Southeast Asian origin. And she's like, I love it that she's like, I see your community. And she's like, and it's not just one nationality, it's not just one culture. She's like, I can see from there, everybody is everything and they all get along.
That's
And they
true.
all support each other and it's not an issue. And I'm like, of course,
Yeah.
because we all have businesses. It's like nobody cares. Like, we celebrate everything. You know, we
Yes.
celebrate everybody's culture, everybody's background, because what we have in common is business.
Right. Collaboration, not competition.
Yeah. Well, come on. There's so much business out there.
All right.
Right?
Right. There
Like-
really is.
Nobody's going to buy just from you.
Nope.
And so it's so much better if you have people that you can collaborate with.
Absolutely.
And I see this with some of our businesses. Like, you would think, business setup, for example, you would think that they would all compete against each other and be like, oh, I don't want to be in it if so-and-so is in there.
Right.
And instead, they've all gotten to know each other and refer business to each other.
That's how it should be.
Right?
That's how it should be. Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
it's just so nice to be surrounded by nice people. And we kind of have a saying in the office where it's like, nice girls only. If you're not a nice girl, just leave,
Just
because
leave.
we just want nice
That's
people.
right. That's right. I
Life
like
is
that.
too short, right?
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree completely.
So you've been finding that building the connections and building your business have been great.
Yeah.
What's next for your business?
Oh man, a lot. So this summer's been intense. I can't lie. We've spent this whole summer really focusing on product development, particularly in the fragrance arena, because fragrances are, I mean, candles, room sprays, these are all really amazing things, but they're not all created equal. And that's because
Correct.
a lot of time fragrances come with carcinogens, parabens, just all of these different things in order to get that high level of scent. So we've been testing out various scents, various companies, various waxes for our candles. So we finally figured out our formulation. And so those will be launching at the end of this month, as well as our room sprays.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Because that's it's a hard thing to get so it is free of the chemicals and all of that as well.
Absolutely.
And did you source them? Have you sourced them in the UAE, or have you found them in other countries?
We actually had to source from the U.S.
Okay.
Because they meet all of the key standards that we needed, which was carcinogen free, paraben free, as well as they don't have any of the chemicals on the Prop California 65 list. So we wanted to really make sure that whenever someone is smelling this, especially a child being in that room,
Yeah.
they're not inhaling those things that are going to disturb their sleep, disturb their hormones, spike their cortisol levels, any of those things.
And you were saying as well that you were thinking initially that Decompression Realm was going to be a bit more of a lifestyle business, that
Yeah.
it was something that you'd do after you finished with the management consulting.
Yeah.
Have you changed your mind? Is Decompression Realm taken a different direction now?
Oh, completely. Yeah. Once we really started focusing on the market and realizing where the pain points are, we realized our key unique area is focusing on where and the micro moments in people's lives, because there are a lot of great products out there that can kind of help you with sleep, and that's just one thing, or it can help you to relax, and that's another, or it's an app. The key thing that we kept seeing with people throughout the surveys and research and things that we were doing was that people don't have time to decompress. That's the constant excuse. Don't have time. I don't have time. So we focus all of our products to be activated within 15 to 30 minutes, no matter where you are. So by honing in on those micro moments, you can take our candle, our eye massager, our tea, whatever it is that we have with you.
And you will have the time.
And you will have the time. Yeah.
Interesting. And so the vision for the business, you want to go really big?
A lot bigger than what I thought initially because it's such a prevalent problem, not just with adults but with children. I've seen it in my own daughter. Post COVID, it takes like 21 days to develop a habit. Kids were glued to their devices for 2 years. So this has spiked their anxiety. This is really messed up how they sleep. So being able to create products that help these kids focus, help them have a wind down routine, help them, really fully decompress. It makes a big, big difference. So we see ourselves going in that arena. We'll be launching a radio station, a 24/7 ambient radio station soon.
And is that going to be, that will be online?
It will be online, yes, an
Okay.
online radio station. So people will be able to access it via an app that we have or directly logging on. So they're in their car, they're pissed at their boss, they're coming home from
You
work.
just need to chill.
They're just a chill, right? And, so a lot of times other apps will, you have to pay really high fees or YouTube, you're in the middle of something and then you get disturbed with a crazy ad.
Right.
Takes you out of the mode.
Yeah.
The goal is to be able to eliminate those things. You can access our radio station for free. You'll be able to use it. And then we'll, work to combine our products and just kind of develop a real community that where relaxation and sleep, #self-care is normalized.
Okay. So I'm going to talk to you about the business angle for this. though,
Yes.
because free doesn't pay the bills.
That doesn't, but advertisers do.
Correct. So how are you going to do advertising? It won't be during the music playing because you were saying you don't like the disruptions. So
Correct.
will it be over email? Is it going to be when you log on and you see it in the app or you see it on the website?
So we will have some advertisers throughout, but we've separated the blocks. So we're very meticulous about how the radio schedule will be. And so we will have advertising blocks throughout the radio station, as well as on our blog. We have a publication where we're posting, all of these relevant articles related to wellness, relaxation, nutrition, sleep, and corporate wellness as well, because that is a key avenue for us.
Corporates pay the bills.
Corporate does pay the bills.
Entrepreneurs, not so profitable.
No.
Entrepreneurs, we love you. We are
Yes.
all entrepreneurs.
Yes.
But if your business wants to make money, it is not from entrepreneurs.
You've got to go corporate completely.
Right.
Completely. Yeah. So that definitely helps as well. So we understand in the grand scheme of things, you've got to create content, right? That content
Yes.
helps build community. So the more we're known, the more that, we're relevant in this space of wellness, it makes it very easy to go to a corporate and say, hey, this is what we're doing. This
Yeah.
is why. So
And I guess as well that you'll be able to have that community, so you'll also then be able to cross-sell some of the Decompression Realm products or services as well.
completely. That is the plan. So it's a whole funnel that we're creating because we understand
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you build from your community,
Yes.
and we have to feed our community. We don't want to feed them just BS. Like what you do in Female Fusion, you're constantly providing value. You're constantly providing opportunities for someone to say, okay, I want more, right?
Right.
And we want people to want more when it comes to relaxation and sleep.
And we all need more for
Yes.
relaxation and
Yes.
sleep. Thank you so much for joining me on the podcast. I've really enjoyed learning more about Decompression Realm and your vision for the future as
you.
well. I'm so excited for you. And I look forward to seeing where your business is going to be in a year or 2 years from now as well.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thanks, Yunche. Thanks for listening to the Women on the Rise podcast and our 30 most inspiring female entrepreneurs. If you are inspired by today's episode, why not come and join us in Female Fusion? We would absolutely love to have you. This is where you will be able to connect with the most incredible female entrepreneurs who are all committed to building a most profitable business. All you need to do is head over to femalefusionnetwork.com/join. I look forward to seeing you on the inside.